Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Style by Bernadette, also known as Hood Oracle, Hoodie, the Hood Oracle, Reverend Hoodie. If you don't know me and you are just coming to my channel and you're new, welcome. A little bit about me. I am a karmic prosecutor. I am a lie detection specialist and body language specialist. So, that being said, a little bit about my resume here on YouTube. I am responsible for being the entity through the grace of God that was the one to shut down permanently the most toxic, poisonous, narcissistic Jezebelian channel here on YouTube. So if you don't see them anymore, that's because of yours truly. So that being said, let's get on to the matter at hand. We are going to be talking today about spiritual narcissism, guru narcissism, Jezebels in the spiritual sector. Okay, there's a lot of them here on YouTube. What is an example of a spiritual one-upper? Let's see. You can, through what you're supposed to be doing when you witness a miracle happening, you're supposed to tell people about the miracle, and days later, they see your video on that and have to one-up you by supposedly finding money when you don't know that they could have pulled it out of their wallet and taken a picture of it and then claim ancestor work. Okay, so, part of being a spiritual detective is that you kind of filter out the bullshit, right? So there are people that just buy this hook, line, and sinker because there's no spiritual gauge within them. And the majority of the people that watch these channels are karmics, hence the high numbers. Fact, there's more karmics that watch these spiritual channels than there are twin flames that watch these channels, okay? Don't debate me on this. These are facts. Anyway, that being said, when you witness a spiritual one-upper, hopefully this video can be to your credit, okay? That being said, let's get a little snippet of what a one-upper is. Any day now.
I still want to kindle my friendship with Karen. You know what's worse than a Debbie Downer? A one-upper. I get a mosquito bite. She has the Zika virus and Ebola. I tell her a boy likes me, and sadly she has 2 boyfriends. Congratulations, Karen. You win at life. She's always like, no cake, thanks. I'm eating healthy. Then proceeds to eat all mine. Whatever I wear, she's like, oh my god. I think I donated that last year. I took the best selfie. She's like, honey, I know just the filter to fix it. And thanks. Guess you got 2 A's. Way to brag about your double A's, girl. So sad. That reminds me. She bragged about winning. So you're telling me you're number 1. So I feel like number 2. You're gross. I'm planning a silly daycare for me. So one up yours, Karen.
From the mouths of babes. Okay, so let's get into the girl chat here, okay? This was highlighted on The Reel. This is an older episode, but they talk about the dynamic about a one-upper and somebody that is dealing with a one-upper. These are people that live for the applause. If you are not stroking their ego, they think that there's something wrong with them, okay? They got to stay up in that algorithm by making like 5 videos. I'm talking about the spiritual gurus here, okay? The wannabe spiritual gurus. They had to stay up in that algorithm and if they're not up in that algorithm, if those numbers are on the climb, and that's a direct hit to their ego. So let me get this straight. You're exactly proud of yourself that the majority of your viewership is Karmics, and I guess Karmics are going to teach Karmics. Okay, look, man, do the maths, as they say. There's only 144,000 of us. So who else is watching these channels? You gotta do the maths. You don't like it? Let's have a conversation. If you don't like what I'm doing in this video, and that's for anybody, we can have a conversation. If not, then, well, make another video. We could do this all day. We could do this all day. Anyway, let's get into the subject matter here at hand. This is what the dynamic is like between a person that's just having a normal conversation and somebody that has to one-up them. Let's get into it.
Is closer to you, you need to have an honest conversation about how their behavior makes other people feel. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, how do you deal with people that's always one up?
Let's define one up. Okay. Give an example.
So, you guys, okay, so go tell me about your vacation.
Oh, okay. So I went to Cabo, Mexico.
Cabo?
Yes,
I was born in Mexico.
Really?
Yes, Mexicana. What's up? Yeah.
Okay. I learned to say a couple of things in Spanish.
Fluent, Mama. I'm fluent.
Right? I know French, you know.
I got married in Paris. What do you know? How was Adam? What did the kids do?
We played in the pool. It was
You played in the pool?
Yes, with the kids.
But have you walked on water?
Exactly.
You walked on water?
No, girl, but a one-upper would say they did.
Oh,
that is what
annoying.
It is. Oh, yeah. Exactly.
It's almost like they want to hear more about themselves, and they're just letting you do the talking while they really do the walking. Like they want to show off themselves more than you. I think it's funny. I didn't believe, or I didn't know that there were one-uppers until I went out to my sister-in-law's small town area where she calls it keeping up with the Joneses.
Yes.
Where there's people who constantly feel the need to keep up with the Joneses.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Like,
Yes.
they always want to show off.
So if you
each
get a
other's
car,
things, then they want to
they'll get a car, but
better.
maybe a better model or whatever.
Yes, like the 2016, they got to get the 2018. They
Got it.
come out. Yeah,
That's exhausting.
Yeah.
Well, dealing in this industry a lot too, it's hard to have friends, especially actors, because we always trying to one up. I met Denzel, or I met Idris, or I met. It's like it's always something. It's just, I think it's just a point of a person being insecure.
Yeah.
And when they're insecure, it's cool if you're just a friend because you can distance yourself. But what do you do when the one upper is a relative?
Okay,
How
I'll
do
tell
you
you, I'm
handle
not
that?
gonna lie. I know people that are one-uppers, and I just tell the other people that notice that they're one-upper to laugh at them. No, I'm not lying. Like, if I'm in a circle of people, I'll be like, she one-ups all the time, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, you make a joke.
So, no, we'll say that before, and then when they walk in the room and they start doing it, everybody starts laughing, and they be like,
What are you
what's
laughing
wrong? You do know you do this, right? And then you just keep, I'm sorry, I think sometimes people need to see how they look. So if you imitate them and do what they do, they'll be like, why is she doing that? You do this all the time, right?
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
Mirror their action.
That's a
It's
mirror.
like, that is so annoying.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
When I meet somebody who constantly needs the opportunity to talk about themselves, I just let them. I honestly just let them because I feel bad for that person because you obviously need the attention more than I do, even
But
if you
you're
ask
giving
me
them an
questions.
audience.
So do you, boo, wear yourself out. Tell me all about your fabulous life if it's going to make
But
you
don't
feel
you
better.
get tired of that,
Doesn't it
though?
get annoying though?
No, I actually love it because I'm a talk show host and I want to hear myself quiet. I do. I don't want to talk.
I'm not gonna lie.
I love
She
going to a
does.
dinner. I love going to a dinner where somebody's a one-upper and they just love talking about how great their life is. Then I get to enjoy my food finally. It's hard to be, when we go out to dinners with people, come on. People think that, well, I don't know, I'm only speaking for myself, but people think that We want to just sit and talk all the time. Yo, when we chill with each other, like when we're in a car or something,
We're really
you don't hear a sound. It's quiet.
Yeah.
Because we talk too damn much. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. We are checking our phones. We're not really,
Yeah, so if you one-uppers want a home, come over to me. I'll let you talk as long as
Oh my goodness. No, don't give them an audience.
Speaking of
This is what they
friends,
want.
Check this out, you guys. Last year, a man...
Okay. So that's a little bit of what a one-upper is. Now, I'm sure looking at this video, you're automatically going to get an idea of who close to you is this one-upper. Now, you have some ideas how to decipher if they're a one-upper or not. And, there are a couple of fun ways to deal with a one-upper. What I usually do, guys, and I wish that, I was wearing makeup or something right now. You can actually see my face. I decided not to wear makeup today. What I usually do is I rest my chin on my fist, right? And I put my elbow on the table. Please tell me more about your fabulous life. And it's just so condescending and it's so snarky that they kind of draw back. It's like, I'm not going to mess with this one. Please, I was so engaged in this saga that is your life. What chapter are we on? But I'm a smart ass that, this is the way I am. And in my experience, that shut them down really, really quick. So, but there are some that don't even realize that you're being a sarcastic asshole, and they'll just keep on talking about themselves. Oh, good, I have an audience. And the majority of spiritual gurus have an audience here on YouTube. This is, YouTube can be a place where narcissism runs wild, and the only reason that it's not checked is because people are constantly kissing their ass. Okay. And these are people that don't have any sense of real spirituality within them, i.e. the karmics. So they look to a karmic feigning being a spiritual guru to get this glossed over, very fragile version of spirituality. They'll pull things out of their ass that has not been proven in fact. And because the person doesn't know anything about spirituality, they're just going to buy it, hook, line, and sinker. Okay. And unfortunately, there's, like I said, there's more karmics than twin flames that watch these spiritual channels. Most of us true twin flames don't really watch these channels. Okay. We don't really feel the need to. Okay. I have noticed a drop in my subs, and I can atone that to the karmics dropping off. Okay, so it's almost like the trash took itself out. Okay, now that's not saying that the ones that have been unsubbed without their knowledge, that are actual true twin flames, and they don't see my material popping up in their feed, it's because there has been a lot of fuckery going on in these major social media channels, YouTube, Facebook, all of these things. Okay. I was discussing this with my friend this morning, and it seems like the more truth you tell, the less you're going to be shown. They're only pushing into the algorithm the ones that are pushing their agenda, anti-Yahshua, anti-Bible. But yet this is the thing though. I have noticed an uptick in karmics quoting from the Bible. When did that happen? Is this an alternate universe, a parallel universe? Since when did you open up a Bible ever in your life? Look, man, I can be perceived as being snarky or a quote unquote hater, but what exactly is there to hate when every time someone like me makes a video, you got to come out and try to one up? I've dealt with this with another individual here on YouTube before of the same sun sign, by the way. It seems like that particular sun sign seems to love being the center of attention. Refer back to my thumbnail. They need applause to live. Okay, they need it like air, like blood, like water. Okay, they just cannot live without the applause. Look, man, even when you guys pay me a compliment, I'm a little, I have that little, I appreciate it, believe me, but it's like I get a little shy with that. It's like, like, really, it's no big deal what I'm doing. You know what I mean? But it's like, I appreciate the support. I appreciate the words of support, but I have to kind of work out, personally, that shyness when it comes to receiving a compliment. It's something that comes from when I was very, very young. And, I guess, I kind of took that into my adulthood. It's like, it's not in any way being meek or anything, because I do have a sense of bravado here, on this channel. And, but 9 times out of 10, I'm a goober. I'm a goober. Look, I'm the first one to make fun of myself. First one. If you can't poke fun of yourself, and you take yourself so seriously, which a lot of these spiritual gurus do, they take themselves so seriously. It's like, God forbid you should say something that in jest. Forget it. It's like shooting them between the eyes with a 45, But yeah, guys, it's not going to be a very, very long video. But I'm leaving the comment section open for this. Where have you noticed this in the spiritual community? Just so that, True Twins are here to kind of see who those people are. And, sometimes you're not aware of things, because they made one video where you resonated and you subscribed and everything. And, everybody has one good video. Everybody has one good one that or two or a handful that, resonates and everything. But, a lot of these spiritual gurus, when you pay them compliments, they expect to receive it all the time. Okay. And they stay up in that algorithm to make sure that they're constantly getting your praises. If you don't give them praises, guys, it's like they shrivel up and die. Okay. When you, sort of like, when you leave a sponge out to dry, it kind of like shrinks, right? And recoils because it doesn't have that, it's narcissistic supply. Spiritualists can be narcissistic, okay? And if they constantly don't have, they're thirsty, okay? They're thirsty. This is why they stay up in that algorithm, okay? And if they're not constantly getting your praises, getting your money, if they're not getting something out of you, then to them, it's not worth it coming on here. It's not worth it. Okay? Because they need to either get paid or they need to get praised. Paid or praised. If you're not giving them one of those two, forget it. You're a hater or you're an enemy or you're attacking them. I wanted to talk about that for a little hot minute. Okay? The ones that are constantly talking about how they're being attacked, that's a form of narcissism, okay? Facts. You see, narcissists can take many, many forms. The one that's constantly bragging about what they bought for somebody, right? Like, if there's, let's say, a birthday party, right? And everybody buys a little something for the birthday boy or birthday girl. And you got that one person that's dropping prices as to what they spend for it, okay? We're all looking for a bargain. We're all looking to not spend so much money, but they have to drop prices, drop names that they talk to so that they spend more. And they put more value in the money that they spent instead of the sentiment that goes behind what was given. Okay. So that's one form of narcissism. Another form of narcissism is what we've been talking about in this video. Okay. Constantly talking, making practically every video about how you're being attacked. Look, man, I know that I talk about that too, but that's only when I notice that something drops or it's buffering or something like that. Other than that, I just plod right through. Okay. But when you make a whole ass video about how you're being attacked, like, damn, bitch, it's like, that's spiritual narcissism too. Okay. You can be narcissistic by constantly telling people how you're being attacked and kind of like pulling shit out of your ass, It's like, it's like, you got to remember, guys, you're only getting one side of the story. What if this was defense in what something that person did? But of course, they're not going to tell you that part, right? Not that part. Only the part where they were attacked. Not what was done in retaliation because of something that they did. Like, for instance, getting somebody's IP address because you're a known hacker. Yeah. But yeah, now that you have something to go on here with, kind of using that discernment, in the coming days, I hope that this video helps. That's all I want. I could have put this on Patreon, but, look, man, quite honestly, there's more of them here on YouTube than there is any other platform. So that being said, make a list of the people that one-up you in your life. Make a list of the people that you've seen that one-up other people here. It's not to drag anybody's name down, but just to practice knowing how to discern what that is. Okay? But if you feel like you need to take your energy away from that particular individual, look, man, I support you. Okay? And if you feel that I'm not a match for you anymore, I mean, there's the door. You know what I mean? It's like, this is an open door policy. I'm not forcing anybody to stay. Okay? So this is for people that want this knowledge. Okay? I don't pull things out of thin air. I don't pull things out of my ass, and try to pass it off as spiritual knowledge. Okay? Yeah. So that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Remember, narcissism comes in many, many forms. Jezebels are in the spiritual community too. Okay? Narcissism is in the spiritual community too. And I am going to be putting that video, and I talked about this before. This is not exactly like this is a new concept that I'm talking about. I have made videos about this before. So this is not exactly like this is picking on anybody. Go ahead and make a video about it. Or make a community board post about it. But because, we're all watching each other, right? Facts. So that being said, guys, I love you all and I will talk to you soon. God bless. And if you need any assistance on deciphering stuff, I can be reached at Hood Oracle Ministries 144000 at gmail.com. Please visit my Patreon at Side-Eyed Strategist. I'm also on Instagram at Boricua Harley, BORICUA okay? Anybody that knows me knows that I live my Harley Quinn, okay? I loved her for as long as I loved comics, okay? And that's a long time. So, that being said, I love you guys again, and please like, share, and subscribe. Don't be a stranger. If this was a helpful video for you, please give it a big old thumbs up and a big old subscribe. And when you do subscribe, so that you do get the notifications for my new videos, make sure when you go to the bell, go to the top one. The top one goes for all of the videos that I upload, okay? Because if you do the second or the third, it's only going to give you some, de vez en cuando, sometimes. Always mark the check the top one. That's the one that wiggles. That's the one that gives you all of them. Just a little side note. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you guys. Love you, love you, love you very much. Mama Bear to her cubs, signing out.